everyone. It's actually been a day since I've picked up the camera. We spent yesterday just relaxing around the unit and also getting stuff prepped, doing laundry since we've been here for a week, getting food prepared and not much else. We did also pack up again because today we are leaving Big Island and going to Maui. So I'm very excited for that, and today we're also flying Hawaiian Airlines. So all of our other flights have been on different airlines. I am excited to fly Hawaiian today and see another island. It is very early, in case you can't tell. I feel like I look tired, I feel like I sound tired. Breathing in the fan all night, my voice probably sounds funny. It definitely does in my ears, but it is 5:30. We did as much as we could prepare yesterday, so suitcases are already in the car. I pretty much just need to get dressed and have breakfast and coffee and head out. Alright, we're back at Hilo Airport, and I don't know if I said the other day, but it's a smaller airport, I guess, as to be expected, but also almost everything is outside until you go through to the gate. Like I've seen, and this is obviously when we arrived, I saw some sort of security checkpoint for, I guess, people and bags. That's outside. We picked up our bags on an outside carousel and all these little things. I guess it makes sense because it's obviously a hot climate, but yeah, it's a lot of open area, which I guess was the case at the airport in Honolulu, but I think that one also had outdoor walkways and gardens. This is just half an outdoor airport. Here in Maui, and we are just going to look at this little health food store to see if we can find any vegan food, and I think they do lunches as well. Right, so yes, this is the place I was thinking of, and they've got a lot of food. I just grabbed a sandwich, so water, but we've got dessert and salad to share as well. Friend's got a gigantic fish taco, obviously mock fish, salad, and I'm not really sure what this is, but it looks good. They had a lot of vegan desserts and hot food as well, so we'll definitely be back here. Alright, we're finished up with lunch, and we haven't done a proper grocery shop yet just because we do want to see like if there's seasonings or oil at the unit that we're staying in. But there was one thing that we got. These, I've seen them online, or I've seen that they are in certain countries, but they're not in Australia yet. I don't know if it'll come. So I had to grab a bag of these. We also got some vegan protein powder, and everything else we should be able to get at a normal supermarket. But we figured we would get those things since we saw them, and since we were in that shop. It seemed to be pretty much majority vegan stuff at that supermarket. It was, I suppose, a little bit smaller than a big one, but they had so many things. Some stuff we had back in Australia, some things we don't, and obviously all of the food. So we'll definitely be back. I think in a couple days time we're going to a hula show, and we'll get food from there to bring. Since they've got food trucks or BYO food, we will get food from there since it was really nice. And I feel like it was a pretty good price as well. Down to Earth is what it's called. I took pictures of the sign and footage of the sign, but I really liked that. If you're a vegan in Maui, I definitely recommend. But we are currently now traveling on the way to where our unit is, and we'll kill a little bit of time before we check in since it is 11:30, and I think check-in is at 4 unless they let us come in a little bit early.
Your destination is on the right.
It's so windy, so it might be hard to hear, but we've just been resting by the water. We found a beach and an amazing green, shady area, and I've been reading a little bit more of my book and just sort of looking out over the water. We just found this quiet spot to kill some time really, and I did enjoy reading my book. just got a few chapters in because I think we've been here over an hour, and now it's still only 1 o'clock, but I think we're going to go and get some groceries, drive around a little bit and see if we can check in early. This is the spongiest grass as well. It was so nice. I just laid out my raincoat to rest on something and just relaxed under this tree. Alright, we've just checked into our little self-contained unit in Maui and I wanted to show you around. Also, I think I'm doing the opposite thing of what I did last time at the previous place. I kept saying we were in Hilo, no matter where we were on Big Island, even though we mostly were around Hilo, but now I just keep saying we're going to Maui. Maui, that's obviously the island, not the area, so I'll put the area up on screen since it's not coming to mind at the moment, but I'll really quickly show you around since I'm excited to be here. Much like last time, we have a little kitchen area, which some might not think is important for holiday, but I think it's great. We've got a dishwasher that works this time, unlike last time. But yeah, we've got everything we need for a kitchen, big fridge, nice open area to prep everything. Not that I cook complex meals on holiday, but it's nice to be able to eat whatever we want, especially since we are vegan, so options are slightly limited. There are still options here, but you know, and plus it's budget friendly. We've got a reasonable living space, little dining area. I'm very excited because we have a slight ocean view, which we didn't expect. I thought it would just be this little garden area, but I can see it, which is pretty nice. I think more so just for the sound. I'm gonna love hearing those waves. And inside, we've got a reasonable sized bedroom. I can't tell if this one is, like this whole space is bigger than where we previously stayed, but I think it's a bit more open plan and lots of windows to let the air in. That's nice. Reasonable storage. I did slip up and not actually use the bath at the last place, and this one only has a shower. Go figure. Oh well, I feel like the water is obviously relaxing enough at the beach and in the pool. I do feel like it's a bit warmer than whenever I swim in Australia as well, so that's nice. But I think what we're going to do now that we're settled in and slightly unpacked is go for a little walk since the beach is nearby and just check out this area. It's funny how it's refreshing to see like white sand or, you know, yellow, regular sand color after seeing all the black sand beaches, but this is beautiful. I'm gonna go in. Alright, it is our first day waking up here in Maui, and we're currently on the way to a beach nearby to where we're staying just for a day of relaxing, exploring. Maybe we'll do some snorkeling as well and just checking out the area. Alright, we've come to the beach here. There are a lot of snorkelers and people out in the water, and apparently some turtles, so I'm just gonna go and see if I can find one. We're finished up at the beach. I didn't end up seeing a turtle since I went out into the water a bit later than Bren. He did, but I still saw some pretty cool things like a lot of fish, a puffer fish, some sort of eel, and obviously a lot of coral, and the water was really nice. So we'll definitely do a bit more swimming, but that was a good way to spend a couple hours and just relaxing. It is slightly overcast, so I think it's been sort of nice enough to sit out in the sun and relax, just listening to the waves. But it's lunchtime now, so we're just gonna head back to the unit and have some food. Alright, after a little reading break this afternoon, I have just gotten ready and we have come out for a drink before dinner, and we've come to a tiki bar. I'm so excited. Okay, so after the previous night, I was feeling a little worse for wear the next morning. Note to self, never have a zombie cocktail in the future, and actually I'll make it a PSA. Steer clear of the zombie cocktail, especially after a pina colada. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, after the night out, we had a simple day planned, thank God. We were exploring Haleakala National Park, which mostly consisted of driving around and hopping out at spots to look at the views with short walks. It was pretty high up, so good views, but very cold and windy. It was still amazing to see and a relatively easy day, which was greatly needed in my current condition. Alright, I've woken up after a great sleep last night and ready for a big day today. We are currently on the Hana Highway, which is a long scenic drive around Maui, and we're not doing the whole thing, but I think a good chunk of it because there's a few stops and great sights along the way. The first place we're headed is to a waterfall, so that'll be great, and I think we're just going to see a few other beaches and random stops along the way. Alright, we've taken a break on the Hana Highway and parked back a little ways since the roads are really narrow and there's no parking spots to come to these falls. Now we've just got to find a way down. Alright, we've made it down to the falls. You can see them there. It's a little bit noisy, so I hope you can hear me. The walk down here was pretty quick. It was a little bit tricky to find the way, but there's a chain and a towel that we were able to use to sort of slide down that first initial dip, and then it was just climbing on rocks, and now we're just going to go for a swim. Swim, and the water was really nice. It was very cold at first, as I feel all waterfalls are, but it was so worth it. A little bit slippery in there from the rocks, but it was fine. I even found a higher rock to perch on, but yeah, the sun's come out and it's so beautiful. Definitely worth it, and it's not even that far from the road. I think that this is definitely worth a stop if you find a park, do a short little walk on the part of the road to get here, and a little climb down, but it's so easy. Really glad we stopped here. It's definitely worth it. Right, we've headed back and it's time for lunch. Brendan has done a good amount of research and we've come across this spot that has a whole bunch of food trucks and it looks like a lot of vegan options, but we've settled on one. It's kind of crazy to believe. We've nearly been here for 2 weeks and this is our first time trying shaved ice. We found a place with a vegan option. The base is azuki red bean, and then we have, I think, coconut and pina colada flavor on top. Morning from our last full day in Maui. I want to cry, I hate saying that. I have really loved Maui. Obviously I've loved the whole Hawaii trip, but I think Maui where we're staying. This has been my favourite part. It's our last full day here and we've got a good day planned. We're currently down on the beach and we've got a nice secluded spot under a tree. We've got the sun, there's barely anyone around. So stunning as ever, and this is not too far from our unit. We just walked here on the walk over this morning, just 2 minutes up the beach from our unit. We also saw a seal coming onto the sand, which was amazing. It was so big, and I haven't seen, I think, any seal in the wild before, so I love to see that. We've seen so many animals here. Obviously the manta rays, the seal, turtles, even though I didn't get any footage. I still saw a couple swimming in the water, which was great. So it's been really lovely. Anyway, we've got, oh my god, Brent, turtle! What the fuck? Can you see that? Oh my god. It's like I spoke about it and it appears. It's amazing what you manifest sometimes. What I'd really like is an extended stay and an influx of cash, but I don't know if that'll happen. Either way, now cross off turtles as well. I mean, obviously I've seen them, but proof to you as well that they're here. Anyway, I think I was talking about the plan for the day. After we have a good amount of beach time here, because we've got our nice setup, good amount of beach, it's pretty quiet. I've got my Kindle so I can read some more. We're just gonna have a good couple hours down here. I think then have lunch back at the unit and go and do some souvenir shopping, and then tonight we're going to a hula show. So it's going to be a great big day here, and then we're not going home straight away. We are going back to Honolulu, so we'll see a little bit there, but the trip is slowly coming to an end. I think today though will be probably one of the best days. They are all good days, but we've got a lot going on. Anyway, that's all from me. I'm just going to hop in the water and swim around for a little bit and check in with you later. Alright, I had a good little swim for about 20 minutes. And now I'm just sitting back up on the beach and starting another book. This is The High Dive by Chelsea Fagan, and I got this one off NetGalley. I'm so excited because I liked her other book as well, A Perfect Vintage, so I've been really excited for this. I previously read the new Emily Henry, A Great Big Beautiful Life, and that was a great summer read. And then now this one, obviously. I feel really happy that I'm able to read these on holiday because I just think it wouldn't hit the same back home since it's getting colder in Australia at the moment. But I'm just going to relax here for a little bit and start this one. Alright, it's a little bit later and I'm back from another ABC store run. I didn't film anything in there. I think I was a little bit too overwhelmed trying to get everything that I wanted to get. Some things for me, but also souvenirs, like gifts for other people. So, I've got a little bag here and I want to go through it. This is just the Hello Kitty Hawaii bag. I thought it was really cute. I will definitely get some use out of it, and I might also use it to carry some stuff back on the plane ride home. But I'll just show you. This is in addition to a few things I got the other day. Are we surprised? We've got more Hello Kitty key rings. I feel like obviously everyone's obsessed with Labubus, I think is how you say them, but this to me is just the best thing ever. So I've gotten some more. I know that some friends will want some and I didn't want them to miss out, so these girls will join the rest of the gang. I've also gotten some similar to previous shop, more stickers. These are just little hibiscus. So cute. I think that that'll be nice because I don't know if I'll put it on my water bottle or in my phone case, but obviously I'll give some away as well, and I love these. Plus they're really small, these were cheap. And a very stereotypical thing, this is a hula girl, like car ornament, dashboard hula girl. This is for me. I know it's silly and cliche, but I feel like I finally found one that looks kind of cute. All the other ones had like oddly painted faces, or there were things that were off about them, but this is small and it'll sit in my car and make me happy every time I see it, so I had to get one of these as well. And that's it for this little bag. Obviously the bag itself, love this. It's got Hawaiian Islands on here and Hello Kitties everywhere at all the sites. I am just going to get ready for the next little bit for the hula show tonight. I don't know if I explained, we are going to a hula show instead of a full-on luau. The luaus have drinks and food, and I think like a suckling pig or something. They do lots of roast meats, and obviously we wouldn't have that. So we have our own food that we picked up at that supermarket, the vegan shop that we love. Down to earth, we've grabbed a whole bunch of food and drinks, so we'll bring our own stuff, and found a place that is just the hula show and entertainment rather than paying extra for food that we wouldn't be able to enjoy. So that should be good. But like I said, I'm going to get ready for the next little bit. I've got an outfit set aside and we'll put on makeup. I really haven't been doing much makeup this whole trip. I'm gonna be honest, I've kind of liked it. It's been very relaxed. I've just had my hair do its own thing, and I think it's been agreeing with me. Maybe I'll look back at this footage and think otherwise. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop the camera down and get ready. Alright, so we found a spot to sit with our beach chairs. I think everyone's got the same ideas, bring in the chairs, but I am glad that we brought our own food and drinks. That way we don't have to hop up for the food truck, and we have exactly what we want. And we have a spot right in front of the stage, so this should be really good. We're on the road heading to the airport as we are leaving Maui today and heading back to Oahu. Just spending one night in Honolulu before we head back to Australia. It should still be a good day though, since we're going to see a little bit of Waikiki and Oahu again, and I think we're going out for dinner somewhere nice, so that'll be good. Plus today's only a short flight as well. Really, flying island to island is so quick. But we're doing good for time, and we just have to return the rental car and get on our flight. Alright, we've just got on the flight. We're flying southwest to Honolulu, and it's running behind by like an hour and a half, but apparently they're going to fly quicker to make it sort of even out a little bit, so that's fine. I definitely thought I wanted to spend more time in Maui. That was not what I meant, to be delayed, but at least everything's fine. When we arrive, we still have to wait to check into the hotel. Plus, I did see the best view of those West Maui mountains that I had the whole trip, just through the airport window, because there were less clouds than any other time. So it's not all bad. When we landed in Oahu, we basically just got settled in our hotel by the airport and got ready for dinner. Since we were only staying for one night, we didn't have a hire car anymore, so we just caught a bus or two buses to Waikiki, and we were heading there to go to a Japanese vegan restaurant called Tane, which was amazing. It was vegan sushi made out of vegetables and skewers, desserts, all sorts of delicious things, and all vegan. Then after dinner, we had an early night because we had a very early morning planned the next day. We had to get up at 4:30 to start our long journey back home of 10.5 hours flight to Sydney and then a short flight to Brisbane. So it was a long day, but I managed to keep myself entertained with dumb movies and dumb books, and the time passed, and obviously looked back on my amazing memories from the trip, so the flight back wasn't too bad. This trip was honestly so amazing, and Hawaii is somewhere I've wanted to visit my whole life. I want to thank you so much for watching any or all of these Hawaii vlogs, and especially if you've made it to the end of this one, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you next time in Australia.